back to another episode of Giving All of My Experience. I am your host, Rashad,
And I'm your hostess, Sade.
and today's episode is for anybody that feels like they're behind in life. And if you feel like you're behind in life, I encourage you to stay for the whole episode as me and Sade just talk about the ups and downs that we faced our first 5 months of the year, and how we're going to transition going into the halfway mark of the year. Everybody knows that it's June. It's Men's Health Month, Men's Health
Yes.
Awareness Month. Yeah, and then it's also the halfway mark of the year. I feel like this is the most exciting time because it's like you get kind of like a restart. Like it's like halftime. Like you can get your adjustments done. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I was about to say something crazy, so I'm gonna chill.
Just keep going.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you get your adjustments done. How do you feel? Your first 5 months of the year kind of went.
In one word,
I mean, you can do one word. You can give us a spiel, a sentence.
because I can go on.
Give us one
I'll
word, and
give.
then I'll give you one word.
Oh dang! Now you limit me. Because
We
I was
I
going to say 3 words.
No, I was going to tell you to just do one word, and
No,
then
no, it's
and
like
then I'll do
ping
one
pong.
word,
Um.
and then you explain why you chose your word.
So one word that would describe my first 5 months of this year would be challenging.
Challenging.
Hmm.
I would say mine was interesting. Yeah, mine was interesting. Why was yours challenging?
Challenging because we started out we started off this year strong with I know a lot of you have probably heard, and we're not going to get sick and tired of talking about it, but like our emergency fund, um in full, and um having all of our bills of course paid in full on time, and our car working perfectly fine. Um, what else hiccup happened? Um, the loss of your grandmother, which I see to be my grandmother as well. So those things have made it challenging. Getting hit with different blows at different times without any warning, and not to say that uh, because I used to think to myself, being a Christian, Christians don't go through blows. They don't go through hardships. Their life is perfect. But I had learned early on, well, not early on, in the middle of me becoming like a Christian, that they most certainly go through blows.
I hope you don't hear them pipes in the audio.
And me too.
You go ahead.
They most certainly go through blows. Like they go through different types. Like last week we talked about we had the analogy. Rashad brought up the analogy of being in a boxing ring. So like they definitely are in the boxing ring. So that's why I would say it was challenging, um, the first couple of months.
Okay. I mean, I would say I use interesting, but just because some of the facts that you kind of brought up coming into the year, emergency fund was at a full capacity. So sitting down talking with Matthew at the beginning of the year, it was like, all right, this is the year where we about to really get into the nitty gritty, get this debt paid off, so we can
Yep.
get out of baby step number two, move
Yes.
on to baby step number three, um, and then everything
It's
else
kind of like
happened.
spiraled
Yeah, like
out of
everything else
control.
happened. But then as we got closer to June, I just think it was just the sermons that we was listening to from the APOC ministry, and then our actual home church and charity church. Um,
City of Truth.
yeah, it was just a lot of um, realignment talk,
Mm-hmm.
uh, asking for God's covering if you felt like you
Mm-hmm.
lost God's covering, So it gave me the last week of the month to just like really reflect and just realign and refocus. And I used interesting because it was just like no matter how much I wanted to be in a funk, or no matter how much I wanted to like kick myself or put myself in like a mental rut because of how our first 5 months went, God wouldn't allow me. Like as I was refocusing, realigning, just asking myself certain questions on things I would have done better or what I could have done differently, it was just more so interesting because it was like I've never been in a point in my life mentally where I thought like this. Like normally when I would start reflecting on anything in the past, I would get into like not a depression, but into a mood where I don't want to be bothered. I don't want nobody to talk to me. I'm just in my head. I'm real quiet. I'm in my thoughts, just battling with myself, having mental warfare, needless to say.
Yeah.
And this past week, it wasn't no mental warfare. It was just all right. Like, okay, cool. We know where we missed the mark at. But what are we gonna do this time to not miss the mark?
Hmm.
Like prime example, it's just something very small. Like I told
Excuse me.
myself, Sun Saturday, because Saturday was the last day of the month. I told myself Saturday, I was like, I don't want to do no frivolous spending. I only want to swipe my card if it's something that we truly need. Like if it's something for dinner, something for the house, maybe we ran out of deodorant, soap, toothpaste, whatever it could
The
be. But yeah,
essentials.
it's just something. It had to be something essential. It wasn't something that was like more so. Oh, we just want that, so that's why we swiping the card. And today, we neither one of us swiped the card.
Nope.
It's a small victory. Um, so for me,
Absolutely.
so for me, it's a big deal to me because it was like I can't remember the last time
Excuse
we
me.
have actually not swiped our card for something.
For sure.
So that was so for me. I would just say interesting.
Yeah. And just to like the blows that we've endured, going back to Pastor's sermon yesterday, um, if I can remember, was it titled Power of Push or Push, darn it. And I don't want to pull my phone out to even get the title. Probably should have wrote it down, knowing my brain, y'all. But basically his sermon was like the things that you are enduring now and have gone through in the beginning of this year was basically everything that we've been listening to, realigning you. It was God is pushing you into purpose. Like he's pushing you. You have the this pressure. You ever heard of the saying like um about how a diamond is put like when it goes into an intensive, and I hope I'm using the right context of the word, pressure. It
Yeah.
goes through so much pressure to become just a diamond. And we have to view ourselves as diamonds. You have to look at yourself as a diamond, like you're that valuable, that God is putting these things in front of you so that He can push you into your purpose because He knows that you are able to handle it. Because in His word, it says, I would not put more on you than you can bear. So He knows your exact limit and what you can take and what you can't take.
Yeah.
So,
No, I was actually just having that conversation with one of my friends on the phone. He was just telling me just how life has just been getting the best of him. Just every time he turn around, it's blow for blow. It's just he feel like right now that things ain't swinging his way. And I was just telling them that is like, God won't put more on you than you can bear. Like
mhm,
he know how much you can take.
mhm.
He know how much you can take. And then sometimes he has to put you through a test. Like that's the
Yeah,
whole purpose of a testimony.
right.
Like that's the whole
So
purpose
that you
of a
can go through a
testimony. You
test.
won't be able to have a testimony without the test. And it's just unfortunate that sometimes the test can be very mild and you can just ace that joint real quick. And then sometimes it can be a long, drawn out test, but it can be a lot of pain in the midst of that, that process. And I feel like um, that's something that I've just been reminding myself with when when things just get haywire. It definitely felt good the last month, the month of May. I'll say the first 4 months of the year, it was a whirlwind. First month of the year started off strong, and then it kind of like dwindled from there. But for the month of May, we were able to end the month on a good note because we met our goal. We
Yes,
maxed our
y'all.
emergency fund back out,
We're back
and
at it.
yeah, in 1 month I don't know how we did it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and make it seem
God.
like seem like we
Like,
followed this step plan to be completely honest with you. Another reason why I use the word interesting is just that just for us to be able to accomplish a goal like that in 1 month. And when
mm,
I started reflecting on Sunday, just looking at where we were just a month ago, and
yes.
I'm just like, it's so crazy how in the midst of our inconsistency, in the midst of us not being obedience to the words that was being preached to us, the words that we was going out and seeking ourselves, and just being undisciplined. The fact that we still was able to accomplish the goal, it was interesting for me because it's also scary because it's like, yo, like what does it look like when we really be like, all right, bro, we not gonna spend this money this
Right. When we be obedient, in full obedient, like in every area of our lives.
month.
Because there were some areas where we were being obedient, but then there were other areas when we were just lacking. And like I think I put on my post on the on what May the 31st that everyone has fallen short this month, this past couple of months. Everyone has. Don't allow social media to make you feel like that these people that you idolize or even your family members that you idolize haven't fallen short. Everybody, it is in your human nature to make a mistake. It's
Yeah,
not something that is not gonna happen. Everybody makes mistakes. We do it in our different all of our mistakes are in different sizes, but we all make mistakes. But yeah.
no, we definitely all make mistakes, and um, that's definitely a good point because it's just like for the people that's listening, the people that's watching, what mistakes have you made that you've been holding over your head,
Hmm.
that's been holding you back, that's been like a weight around your ankles that hasn't been helping, that's been holding you from taking that next step forward. I think one of the things that I've just been seeing a lot. I don't know if it was the algorithm, because the AI be listening, phones be listening.
Hmm.
I don't know if it was the algorithm or not, but a lot of the like quotes and stuff that I've been seeing as of lately is that it's like just start. Like I know it's something so simple, it's so cliche. Of course, everybody says it, but it's really just that simple. It's just start,
Just
because
start.
the days that you keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting on starting, you're just doing nothing. Like you're being stagnant, and eventually you're gonna look past because time waits for nobody. And eventually you're
Absolutely
gonna look
not.
past and you're gonna be like, damn, bro, it's August already. And back in May, you said that you was gonna start that diet, or back in February, you said that you was gonna train for that marathon that was coming up in a month or two. So it's a lot of things, like you said, that people don't we don't hit we miss the mark.
Hmm.
In a nutshell, we missed the mark, and I really feel refreshed going into this month, just because I want to be intentional with a lot of things. And one of the things that I have been praying about is just when I get hit to be able to respond. And I don't even care if it's not like instantly. I just want to be able to respond, because I feel like when I get hit, like I'll be taking some days, some weeks, And then sometimes those weeks turn into a month to recover. Like prime example, I think we talked about this offline. I want to say it was Saturday, but yeah, we talked about it offline, and I had said to you, I feel like whenever we get hit, it takes me a little minute to like regain the consciousness enough to just get back up and keep moving forward. And the one thing I noticed is we got hit in March,
Mhm.
lollygagged around March. We got hit again right in May. I mean right in April, and lollygagged around. And then May it was like, all right, we ain't got no choice but to.
Lace up our boots and go forth our season,
We got
y'all.
all these alarms going
Forgot to turn my alarms off. Forgive me.
on.
Yeah, feel like lace up your boots and go forward because the thing is, pick your heart. I think I've said this before. Like, pick your heart. You either choose the hard route of dwindling and what you have not done, what you have not accomplished, and what honestly, like, what good is that doing to you? It's making you miserable. It's making you um it's um minimizing your joy, your
Hmm.
happiness, and let's be honest, you are drawing yourself further and further away from God. And I don't like to like no, I do like to bring him up constantly because he is the head. He is he should be at the forefront of your life. He truly should. And if you don't if and you and I'm not saying that you can't feel bad. I'm not saying you can't feel those feelings. Feel those feelings, but then figure out what you're going to do with them. Are you going to just keep dwelling, or are you going to use that pain, use that fear, that doubt that you have, and just put your best foot forward?
Yeah, use it as your momentum to,
Yeah, as your
to
momentum.
to go forward. And a lot of people don't do it. I mean, shit, we do it all the time.
Yeah,
Like we do it,
so
yeah. So a lot of people do it.
I've
It's
I've
just
made
about taking
a
that.
lot.
Yeah, it's just about taking that step. Like you just said, all that pain, all that agony, all that suffering you put yourself through mentally, just going back and forth, all that energy that you're wasting, you can be putting
Yes,
that towards the solution.
towards the solution. Like,
Like prime example, I've been going back and forth in my head for the past month, or for the past 2 weeks. Like, man, I really want to start eating clean again. I need to start really dropping my weight because I gained almost 45 pounds since my grandmother passed because I haven't been doing nothing. And I'm just like, man, I really need to just start eating right because once I start eating right, it's going to get me back in the mode to want to get back into the gym. And I'm like, well, dad, you got this cookout coming up, that cookout coming up, Father's Day coming up. I was like, I could just start at the Father's Day. And then we made the decision to go to the market Saturday. And while we was in the market, I felt like God was nudging me, like, "Hey, bro, you here now? Like, you might as well just go ahead and grab you some stuff to last you throughout the week,
mhm.
and then you can eat your grilled food on the weekend because you can grind hard so much Monday through
Yeah,
Friday that you can afford to pig out on a Sunday at a
yeah.
cookout or something like that." So that's just my new trend, is that throughout the week is, well, I'm gonna just say from now on, right now, unless it's ginger ale, I love ginger ale. I'm not touching no soda
We gotta
unless it's
learn how to make
ginger
our
ale.
we have
Yeah,
certain reels that we can learn how
yeah,
to
we
make
can
our
learn how to make our
own.
own ginger ale, but I love ginger ale. So right now it's just
They are
straight
really
water
tasty.
and a ginger ale here and there. And then I'm back on my, just the fruits and eating my salads for lunch and then going real light for dinner. I didn't intermittent fast this morning, but I want to get back to start not to eat until 12 and then cut off at 8. But I think I ate the day when I got to work at like 7:30, and I stopped eating at 8. Like I literally finished a bowl of spaghetti before
Yeah,
8. So yeah, it's just put, rather than me sitting there complaining about me gaining all this weight that I worked so hard to lose off the last couple months, the last couple years. I just found a new solution, and that's all I'm saying to the people that's out there listening, is that you can sit in your sorrow, you can sit there and do the why me, but also remember is a solution to that problem. Let's
hmm,
focus on that more than we focusing on the problem. Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's some goals that you got set up for yourself just this month? So I know. So this month I've been on. let's say this month. Yeah, this month because it's a new month. I was about to say this month like it's been 15, 30
Yeah, but we
days.
just, it's
Well,
only
for the
what,
the last two
the
days.
second day, sir.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. I got excited. My bad. The last 2 days I've been like on my Instagram, my personal page, just talking about finances, talking about wealth, talking about goals and setting smart goals. So what's one money goal that you have for yourself individually, not for me and you together, but individually? What's one spiritual goal and what's one physical goal if you have one? You might not have a physical goal because of course we know you got the
Yeah,
baby bacon in the oven.
I'll
So maybe
for
you
sure have
got
a
a
physical.
spiritual and you got like uh
Um,
emotional or a new habit or something.
and before I cough anymore, y'all, I have gotten sick again, so you're gonna hear me coughing a lot. It's been kicking my tail this pregnancy, not being able to take any medicine.
I'm glad you're able to record this time because the last time you got
Yeah,
sick, I said
I
prayers. Everybody thought you was dying or something.
yes. Oh, that's so nasty. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, they did. And you would have thought like, and y'all, just a little transparent. I have gotten hit by a truck before, so like when they were like DMing Rashaad, you would have thought I got hit by the truck again, or like I got into an accident or something. Like it was so bad. They had me worried, and I knew never nothing was wrong with me.
Yeah, I don't know what was going
But
on
I'm
there.
just sick. I'm just this cold is it. I feel like I have like some type of virus inside my body that just hasn't fully left yet because I can't take medication. So every 2 to 3 months, it just rolls on back around. But I would say, you said money goal, spiritual and physical. Of course, so a money goal would be for me to um, stay consistent with the Chloe Fund. Um, I never even thought of making a fund for a baby until our financial advisor Matthew brought it up when he first found out that we were having another kid. He was like, "Well, you guys need to set aside at least $100 every pay to have so when she comes." Now, the first couple of months were, as I said in the beginning, challenging. So I was not consistent at all. I was spending impulsively still. Um, that $100 wouldn't even make it through the week because I was emotionally eating and all the things. So like basically to I've been doing really good with like my percentage. I have a certain percentage that comes out of my check, and it was going into a rainy day fund, and it has built up. And now we changed it from going into my regular account to our SoFi account so that it can gain entrance. So my goal this month is to continue to do that, which is save my $200 for this month. So that's my goal, to put $200, 200 more dollars into the Chloe Fund. Um, a spiritual goal is I mentioned to Rashad that I wanted to start journaling. I love journaling. I have journals around here, around my house,
Yeah,
like
we
just
got
about
books all over the place.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning in the pandemic, I was journaling a
You got
lot.
journals and I got financial
Yes.
books all
And
over the
I
place.
promise you, like, not I'm promise you, but I'm promising myself to, I will write a book with my journals because I have tons of journals. It's crazy. Of just my growth. I was saying to Rashad, I don't want to just journal when I'm feeling down. I want to start journaling when I'm feeling good. So, spiritually, that's it's spiritual for me because it's me. I don't just talk. I end up talking. I basically end up talking about God. So that is why I'm choosing that to be one of my spiritual goals. So like just journaling, not when it's hard, but journaling when things are good. And today was my first day of doing that. I started also, I don't have a physical goal, but I'll add this to the mix. I started a new book, which I've been telling myself. I told myself in January I was going to have 6 books that I was going to read. I haven't read any books this month. I'm sorry, not this month, but any books this year. So for the next 6 months, I'm gonna hope
Focus
myself
on getting
focus
yourself
on getting myself into that groove. But so I chose to read Rachel, what is
Richard
her name?
Cruz.
Richard Cruz book, and it says love your. It's called Love Your Life, Not Theirs. It's the 7 habits of finances. So it talks about finances, but it also talks about like just real life stuff.
Hmm.
So how it
Not
connects with,
comparison, you're
yeah,
comparing yourself to others
yeah.
and what they have and stuff like that.
And
I
so
listened to the
close.
audiobook.
You did.
Not all of it, but I've started listening to it.
It's like jaw dropping. I'm on
Yeah.
chapter 2. I told myself I was just going to be reading 10 pages. I went beyond that today because I just couldn't put the book down.
Yeah, I listened to the audio book. I want to say about, I want to say like a year ago. I got it on Audible. I started listening to it just because I love Dave Ramsey's Tree, so I love listening to all the audio books. Um, so to talk about minds, I got a money goal, a spiritual goal, and a physical goal. My money goal is kind of complex because it's just more so just making sure that we are consistent with the budget in all facets, like actually in compliance with the budget all around. Um, Secondly, is just being able to roll over more money for when I get paid. Like I hate being down to my last like 100, 200, sometimes $300 before we get paid again. So I really want to focus on making sure I maintain the funds until our next check. Like
Yes.
maintain the funds until our next check. But then when I do maintain whatever I have remaining, roll to our emergency fund or roll to another fund. Like prime example, I'm pretty sure we're gonna want to do some stuff this summer with the kids, and being able to just start rolling 100 here, 200 here, 300 there, just rolling it into another account. So that way, when you be like, all right, babe, we don't have nothing to do, let's take the kids to the beach or let's do Adventure Park USA. We don't have to worry about checking the account because we already know that we already been putting money away for that for those type of events. Spiritually is just getting back to praying on a daily basis with you. I think I've been more consistent with praying by myself on my way to work. Even catch myself um, praying like Saturday when I was bringing groceries in on Saturday. I was just saying a small little prayer from the trunk to the living room. So it's just spiritual is just getting back into praying with you more, uh, and journaling my prayers, like getting back to finding scriptures and writing down what I got from that scripture and how I can apply it to my life. And for physical goal is just eating more clean and eventually developing a real schedule to get back into the gym. Um, Yeah. So like if we had to record a day, it was nice. I wanted to really take a walk around the community today.
Yes, really pretty outside.
Yeah.
And
So I know
the
like
fans are
tomorrow
good.
we don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to do tomorrow.
Nor do
And
you have to pick me up.
yeah, so I can get some time to just walk around the community. So that's my three goals. And for the people that's listening, what's your three goals? Do you have three goals? Is it a money goal, spiritual? Is it physical? It don't have to be those three things in that three order. It's just goals that you have set out for yourself. Maybe you want to start your emergency fund, and if you do want to start your emergency fund, I have finished the ebook. I finished the ebook. Yeah, I waited till the day to say something. I've been working on this ebook for the last 2 weeks. It's going to be a free ebook just called Emergency Fund 101. Just some tips, some information on how to build an emergency fund, where to start from, just to give you some encouragement. I went around onto like different Reddit chats and found people who were talking about emergency funds and got and took some of their like their stories, like not personal information, but like their stories on why emergency funds was big for their family and their financial success. It kind of got some workbooks like questions, so you can kind of understand the difference between emergency and just you wanting to spend some money. Yeah, it's very very in deep. Um, I haven't uploaded it to the website just yet, but I did want to make it known that the emergency book is done. I'm in the process of now getting it together so I can get it up onto the website. I'll be using Gumroad, where you can you can sell stuff, but this book will be free. You can leave a tip if you want, but I can care less about it. But it will be free knowledge for our followers, our community, or just people who has friends who like, man, I want to learn how to build an emergency fund and don't really like watching long drawn out YouTube videos. This is just something that you can have on your phone, maybe your iPad. You can print it out. I like to print everything out and have a physical copy. And you just find your accountability partner and get it going. Yeah. Sade is so silly. Sade is so silly. Yeah, so I mean that will conclude today's episode. I mean, I really felt like this was a good
Yeah, this
episode.
was a good one.
I apologize for the audio in advance because I am pretty sure that you heard our kids running up and down the steps. I'm trying to find ways of
It
soundproofing this
actually,
basement.
well, the Miss Kim and what is her name? What's her name? I almost want to call her Tiffany, but I know her name is not Tiffany.
What did they say?
Um, it's gonna bug me though that I can't remember her name, and her name is not Rachel. Oh, I hate this for me right now. But Miss Kim, she said you actually can't. You can't like what we. Sorry, y'all. What we hear, they can't hear.
Well, I'm still apologizing if you can hear.
I
It gets
mean,
very
yeah, if you can hear it, we are starting from the bottom and we are working our way up.
yeah. We're gonna conclude the episode for Sade start being silly. I had to hurry up and run out the market Saturday because she started getting overstimulated. I started asking the questions about
Oh
snacks,
my
and
gosh.
she just started giving me the angry look, and everything was
Snapping.
huffing and
Yo,
puffing.
I cannot last. I know we should be closing, but I cannot last no more in like we came in there and I was happy. I had a smile on my face. By the time we get to the end of market shopping, I have the resting look. Like it is serious. And I have an attitude because, for one, my ankles are killing me because I've been walking with this heavy baby. And before you ask me, yes, I have a belly band. I do have a belly band, but it is not always comfortable. It can be very uncomfortable
Very
sometimes
uncomfortable.
because it's tight. So I use it when I actually like if I just really can't take it. And I was hungry. Me and Chloe had already digested our breakfast. I should have known. I should have got a snack. And then Sam's Club had the nerve to not have enough samplers around. Like I was trying to figure out where
Okay,
was the
that's enough
samplers.
of what grinds my gears with Sade.
uh, I just don't
I hope
understand.
everybody enjoyed
Look
this
out for the pregnant
episode.
woman.
If it is somebody out there that you feel like that needs to hear this episode, please share this with them. Like, share,
Sharing is
subscribe.
caring.
Yeah, comment. Give us some episode ideas, something like
Yes, that would be
yeah.
great.
Give us something that y'all want us to hear us talk about. Maybe we never talked about it before, never thought about it. Yeah, just yeah. And just start. That's the mission today. Just start.
Just like I said, just do it.
Just do it. In the words of my man Steve Harvey, because everybody asks me where I get it from. Talk to God today. He'll love to hear from you. Yeah, Steve Harvey taught me that. An experience shared is experience multiplied. I am your host, Rashaad.
Now I'm your hostess, Sade.
Until next time, we'll see you later. She is so silly.